All right, Owen, welcome to another episode of Colossal Community Podcast. I am Keith, your host, and I'm joined with my co-host Becky, and we are live here at the Hopper Mill in Weissport. And tonight is part 2 of our weird history events that happen all over the world, and we'll be sharing some interesting but weird stories from that. And we got some Colossal Radio and podcast news to share with you as well. And we'll be talking with our guests for the first half hour. We have members of the Lehighton Heritage Alliance here with us telling us about an upcoming event. And the second half hour, we have the Damian Mele Memorial Basketball Tournament Committee coming on talking about their event as well. And Becky, we survived the blizzard.
Is that what you want to call it? Right. It was wild out there. I almost got, the wind is high, I will say that. We didn't get a lot of snow, but the winds are bad.
Yeah.
Because I was out cleaning up my child's sleds that she left outside. They're all around our yard.
All right, so we have our first guest with us. If you would please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the group.
I'm Neil Subitz. I'm one of the board members of the Lehighton Area Heritage Alliance.
I'm Lisa Culp, I'm the secretary.
I'm Kathy Long, and I am vice president.
All right, so tell us about your group. Give us a little background of what it is.
Well, the Lehighton Area Heritage Alliance was formed in like 2003. Several iterations since then, and we just got our 501c3 in 2024, so now we're able to collect money for membership, sponsorships, all tax deductible type stuff. The Heritage Alliance itself, we're here to preserve the history of the Lehighton area, and so it's not just Lehighton, it's the school district area. It encompasses Franklin Township, East Penn, Honing, Weissport, Perryville, those areas too. So we want to be inclusive of all those organizations that might be out there that are doing things well. Our vision is to have Lehighton be the main hub with satellite offices or buildings or something like that in the other places to showcase the specific area of that. So that's who we are. Right now we don't have a building yet. We actually have one that's going to be transferred to us. Hopefully soon. And in that building we have all kinds of artifacts. We're not just talking pictures, we're talking bells from the Lehighton Fair. We're talking stoves from the Lehigh Stove down on now the Trailside Event Center. We have things from the 1966 Centennial, ribbons, buttons, hats, that type of thing. We have a band uniform from the Lehighton Band from years and years ago. Things from the high school, trophies, graduation, from the early 1900s, things from the fire company, the churches, all that type of stuff that we want to showcase, and bring to the Lehighton area and keep our heritage going, because it's a proud heritage that we have here in the Lehighton area.
And a train display.
Oh,
Can't forget the train display, that takes up the most room on anything there.
We have a train display. Mr. Cuck grew up in the Lehighton area in the 1930s and 40s. He became an art teacher, not here, actually down in the York area of Pennsylvania. He loved trains, and so he built a train display, and he showcased Lehighton and the surrounding area in that train display. After he passed away, his sons donated it to us. It's 5 feet by 18 feet, and the back mural is about 4 feet high, and it showcases the town of Lehighton from First Street on up. Some of the buildings are Jim Thorpe. We have some of the Lehighton buildings, as well that he has in there. The Roundhouse, Packard and Yards, that type of thing. So we know that we're rich railroad town, and so we hoped that, you know, once we have the building, that we can actually bring people in to display that as well, along with some interactive things associated with
Nice.
And that said, that building is full.
Yeah,
It
I can
is.
Very
imagine.
full. We went in.
Bursting at the seams.
Yes, so I went in to get a few things to bring here, and it's quite full. There's a lot more in it than since I've just been there in a couple weeks. We can consistently been getting donations, but we definitely are in search of a additional space, bigger space. We plan to stay there, but we need to
Right.
expand because everybody wants to give us their stuff, and, which is great, and we want to preserve it, but we need the space to do that.
Nice.
Isn't it incredible that there's so many things that you guys still can get your hands on, even that they even still exist in the area? Like, that just goes to show you like how old our town is.
Right.
Like when I talk about just Lehighton, like we are a geriatric town when I say that, because we, yeah, like when you look at it as a whole, it is, yeah, we live a long time, and there's, you know, but it's amazing that they hold on to things as well as they do.
It's part of the Pennsylvania Dutch history. You don't get rid of anything.
If you don't get rid of anything, you
Just
might need
hold
it.
on to it and hold on to it, and now some people are understanding that maybe their families are not tied to this stuff, and that's why it's coming to the Historical Society, or at least that's why we're hoping it's coming to the Historical Society, so that we can preserve it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of it would just get thrown away if an organization like us
Didn't
wasn't
exist.
there. So it's definitely a project. Our collections committee, Judy Ackerhold is our chair for that, and she works very hard. It's been a little tricky with the weather and the winter and everything, but yeah, that committee is probably our most active committee.
Yes,
They have
I would
a
say
very
so,
ongoing
Judy
project.
is very good at that. She's good at what she does.
Mhm.
Yes.
So if somebody has something, but they're not sure if it would be historical, can they just contact you and you guys check it out? Like
Oh,
how?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We've gotten calls about some bigger things, sewing machines, cash registers. A lot of it's little paper stuff, but we'd definitely be interested in talking to whoever. They can always find us on Facebook or the website, or call.
Or well, when we have a meeting,
Or-
we have show and tell.
Yes.
Okay.
So some
Oh.
people bring things in to show it and talk about it.
And they say, you can keep this.
Yes.
Like, exactly what I you say thank you.
Yes, you do. You say thank you.
Oh, that's so funny. That's actually how I've been secretly cleaning out my house for like a year and a half. Yeah, like what I'll do is I'll put something in my purse when I'm going to my friend's house for a party, something that I do not want, I do not know where it came from, but it ends up at their house then. I like leave it there. And then some of them are like, where did this come from? And,
I don't know, not mine.
It's not mine.
So what is the most unique thing you received?
Oh gosh. I don't know, that train display was quite the feat.
Oh, yes.
It took literally 20 people to get that in the building.
Wow.
Because the platform came as one piece with the stuff on it, and you couldn't carry it through the door
In a race car
horizontal.
trailer.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you had to flip it up, you know, and some of the stuff was paper mache and stuff for the mountainous areas and things. So getting it through there and then set up, and then now it's like, okay, we got to get this thing running. And thankfully, one of our members in our society also works at the Carver Model Railroad
Okay.
in Bowmanstown, and so he's put in over 90 hours just working on the track, you know, cleaning it, getting all the wiring done, and then we've added stuff to make it interactive as well. So it's a labor of love for him, you know, and for us as well.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I've been to a meeting or two, so I've seen the train display. It is huge. Like you, like literally, I mean, I would say like you could probably, until you stood there and looked at every intricate detail and actually saw it and then pinpointed it to where it was in Lehighton, you're talking, you probably stayed there for over an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
He
huge.
was an art teacher, so he did take some artistic liberties with things, but it's very detailed.
It is
and
very detailed.
Houses are modeled after actual houses, and yeah, he took really
Mhm.
great care. And And that's actually the reduced size version of it. He had built it and then moved and actually cut it in half and made it smaller.
Oh my
It
God.
lost about 7 feet.
Oh, wow.
Where's that middle piece at?
I don't know.
Somebody's gonna call you after this show and be like, I got that middle
Yeah, I got
piece you're
that.
looking for.
But as far as unique things, I mean, the other thing that we do is a partnership with the borough to take care of the judges' stand from the fairgrounds, which is over at the Grove. So that's certainly a unique piece
Right.
in the area. And as far as like my other like artifacts and stuff, it's funny how much KKK stuff we've gotten.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, they were quite active in this area, and yeah,
Wow.
things surface every once in a while.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And
Interesting
that's
history
the
that
whole
people
thing.
have forgotten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. People want that kind of stuff cut out, but it's something that is embedded in our history.
Right.
And it is an example that we can say, okay, this is what happened. We're not going to do this anymore.
Well, you're supposed to learn from it.
That's
You know?
right. You're supposed to learn
If
from
you
it.
erase it, how are you
If
gonna
you
learn from it?
hide it, that's right. If you hide it, you can't learn from it.
Right. That's crazy. I never even knew that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have an event coming up on March 14th. Want to tell us about that?
Sure. So actually, my husband and I kind of put this together. So I guess we'd be the co-chairs. My husband Robert and I had been to the Schuylkill County History Fair a couple times. It used to be out in Pottsville at the Fairlane Village Mall. That historical society is countywide, and it's been around since 1903.
Oh, wow.
So they're 100 years older than what we are. So it's a great organization that we've kind of like taken some ideas from. But this was really cool because they have the countywide historical association, but then they also have all the individual groups like the Number 9 Mine and all those types of things, and like Tamaqua. And they all get together once a year and they do this fair of just everybody has a display. It was at the mall. It was huge. Train displays, all kind of stuff. We took our son with and walked around, and we were there for forever. It was so this past year they had it at a church, which was a little bit different venue, but it was still really cool. So that's where the idea for a Carbon County History Fair came about. Which was triggered a lot by the America 250 movement and Kim Worley coming to our meetings and seeing like what kind of ideas could we do that we could incorporate the whole county into that. So we're pretty excited for the response that we've gotten. I mean, we've been talking about this for like a year, and I'm like, it's gonna be here in a couple weeks.
Right.
So it's really come together. The date is March the 14th, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Carbon Plaza Mall. They've been great to work with. We're gonna have tables and demonstrations, craft demonstrations, as well as displays throughout the entire corridor of the mall. And it's free for anybody to attend. We've done some marketing and stuff just on Facebook and things, but I'm really excited with the response that we've gotten. So we do have the vendors, or not so much vendors, but the historical societies we have committed, we have 11 of them. So obviously Lehighton Area Heritage Alliance, our friends in Weisport, since we're here at the Hofford, we have Jacobs Weisport Historical Society, Weatherly Area Museum, Palmerton Area Historical Society, Summit Hill Historical Society, the Number 9 Mine, Lansford Historical Society, Nesquehoning Historical Society. Perryville is kind of a fledgling group, but
Right.
they have a strong following on Facebook, Sheila, so they're going to be there. The Mock Chunk Museum is going to be there, and also the Carbon Model Railroad. Kim is also going to have a table for the America 250 to help showcase some of those events. I know there's a passport book in the works, so hopefully that'll be tied into that as well. Our friend Dave Metzinko is going to do some music.
Absolutely.
And then Kathy has a whole following of craft demonstrators who do historical crafts. So we're going to have quilting, we're going to have basket weaving. I'll let her explain some of these other things, but the Mahoney Valley Fiber Guild And also, Wayne Scheckler is gonna be making sauerkraut in the mall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Not 100% sure how this is gonna go over, but I don't know, we're gonna be making sauerkraut in the mall, and I'm
Well,
told it's
It
quite.
might smell like pizza from Pizza Como. The sauerkraut.
Well, we had a history day for the sesquicentennial. So it was a year before to help raise awareness and to raise different money and things like that. And the funny thing is, Wayne made sauerkraut there, and he put it into plastic bags, like snack bags. And the kids would take one, and the parents were saying, well, they'll never eat it. They don't eat sauerkraut. And those kids were running around eating the sauerkraut, running back to get another bag. Obviously, they did like the sauerkraut. They didn't have a stigma with everybody else saying, well, you're not gonna like that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
So they tried it and they liked it. So we'll see if they like it this time. I don't know.
Yes. And then Kathy's gonna be doing, I'll let you pronounce it because I'm gonna mess it up, so. Between you and Jackie, there's a couple words in there, I'm like, oh, that's not my forte.
The Pennsylvania Dutch were known for reusing things and recycling before there ever was a term called recycle. And so when the jeans wore out, maybe you had holes in them and you really couldn't use them, but there were some places where you had decent material. And then if a sweater happened to go out and you couldn't fix that up, you undid it and you used the yarn and you used the jeans. You need a tight material. This is called dishtan, and it's basically making chenille. If you've ever seen a chenille bedspread, so what you do is you take a tin form, this one here was this, and I went over it with red, white, and blue yarn. So this gets buried against the denim, and then after you have it there, then you cut it out, you pull this out, and the yarn stands up. It makes chenille. So this one here is a flower, and that's what that looks like. So it was a way of recycling because the Pennsylvania Dutch are very big on not throwing a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
As we know.
As we know, yes. That's why they're coming to the Historical Society, because they have all this stuff.
So yeah, there's going to be quite the variety here, and we also have a few individual historians. Gordon Ripke is going to have some items there with us. He's been very active and helpful for our organization. Bill Harleman also is going to be bringing some pictures, and we have Larry Bulanda had reached out to us. He is very interested in the the SS United States. He's got a whole presentation and stuff for that, so he's going to have a nice display of everything for that, and we've also talked to him about maybe doing another event separately to tell us all about that. So that'll come up soon, but yeah, I'm really thrilled with this. We have reached out to a few others, so if there is anybody out there who wants to still participate, they are definitely welcome to. Just contact us through the website, the Facebook page, and I can send you the link for the form. So
Nice.
definitely still have space.
Are you sure you have space out there yet?
I know.
Yes, we've mapped it. We've mapped it and trying to plan out for tables and stuff, but no, it's
Nice.
with Rite Aid not there.
Right.
That's a historical.
And then the shoe place not having an entrance in the mall
Right.
side, so you get that whole wall there.
Okay.
And so
Nice.
there's a lot of space, but it's
Yeah.
going to be crowded, but good on us because we want it to be crowded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, we're really excited to bring everybody together. I mean, we've gone to a lot of different, Nesquehoning we go to a lot when Dave plays, and Kathy's gone with us and all these different things, and it's gonna be really cool to get everybody together under one roof, which
Yes.
has never really happened before.
Absolutely.
And to get into a public venue, which was really my key here, was to have it at the mall, like Schuylkill had it, that you get that traffic of kids going to the gym or anybody going to Giant who isn't like, oh, I'm gonna go out and learn about history today, but here it is.
Right.
Right.
This is your opportunity to at least see that what's out there. And all of the historical societies are nonprofits, so we will have some fundraisers and things going on as well. but it's really about getting the information out there.
Nice.
People don't understand the rich history we have around here.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's not taught in the schools anymore either.
No,
Right.
no.
Well, it would be my great grandfather. He actually worked in the mine, the number 9. My family, like even when my grandmother's almost 90 now, and she's lived in her house since she's 5 years old. Because when she was 16, her dad passed away, and she ended up getting married, and then her and my grandfather took over what was their farm. But who says they lived in their house for like 86 years?
Right.
You know,
Right,
like
right.
that's not really a thing. And when I say that to people, they're like, "Are you kidding?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "It's been her home forever." I was like, "I don't even think she remembers living somewhere else before."
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Absolutely.
All right, speaking of history, we're going to do part 2 of our weird but true history facts. Back in January, we did talk about the Great Molasses Flood up in Boston, and I found some more interesting stories. Back in 1932, there was the Great Emo War in Australia. The Australian military operation fought against emos, and they were destroying their crops, and it became a now widely known emo war, and they were armed with machine guns, and let's just say the emos outnumbered the soldiers, and the soldiers actually retreated, and the emos took over. And it's called the war that the emos won. So that happened in 1932.
They have like mean creatures over there.
They do. And in 1970, there was a 45-foot beached sperm whale carcass that came up on the shore, and they weren't sure how to get rid of it, so somebody had the idea of packing it with explosives, and they launched a big explosion, and there was chunks of whale flying in the air that actually damaged houses and cars and hotel rooms nearby, and the disaster was actually filmed and later became a televised sensation when the footage went viral.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
disgusting.
And the Boston Straw Hat Riot in 1922. In New York City, wearing straw hats after September 15th was considered serious fashion crime by social convention. And gangs actually began forcibly removing the straw hats from people's heads, sparking violent riots lasted for days across the city and all the way up to Boston. While there's no deaths, there was reported that many people were injured, and police were injured, and they actually had to bring in the military to intervene and restore order.
Wow.
And I'll share the great Kentucky meat shower. The skies were clear on a sunny day in Bath County, Kentucky, when it appeared large chunks of meat rained down on the sky for a few minutes. It is reported that it's covered an area by 100 by 50 yards, and the size of the pieces were 2 by 2 inches, and some as large as 3 to 4 inches in square. The type of meat was never identified, but samples were believed to be lamb, venison, and possibly beef or bear. And after doing many research, the cause was leading that a flock of vultures actually regurgitated the meat and rained out on people.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible.
It wasn't even fresh. Oh my
No.
goodness. Gee.
So that is some of the weird history events that have been.
I mean, so I worry when there's a lot of birds about being pooped on, but I never thought like I'd be vomited on by one.
Yeah.
You know, that was never an occurrence in my brain till right now.
Nothing like meat coming from the sky.
Right.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's horrendous. Oh.
All right, we have a few minutes left. Is there anything else you want to talk about the group, your meetings, when are they, and
Yes, so we do have bi-monthly membership meetings. Anyone is welcome. Our next one will actually be March 16th. They're Monday nights, usually the third Monday at the rec center at 6 o'clock. And every other month then we have show and tell opportunities. So if you have something that is old And maybe you don't know much about it, bring it, and we have people that might know what
And
it
you
is.
don't want it.
Yeah,
And
then
then
you
you
leave it.
Yeah, you leave it.
Yes, you're cleaning out.
Yeah.
And you can leave it there.
We should also mention, we are working on another Songs and Stories event for
Yes.
September. Kathy and Dave have done a wonderful job with that. Last year, we did Celebrating Celebrations to kick off the America 250 celebration, and we showed the video from the 1966 Centennial Parade that we have, which we also plan to show at the mall as well, if anyone is interested in seeing that. It's also on our YouTube channel, and I'll let Kathy talk a little bit about the upcoming.
The upcoming one, well, Dave has a lot of songs for the 250th celebration, obviously. So it's very patriotic and historical. So I'm just picking out certain things to go along with that. Things that we have talked about before, and some of our military history. Some of our doctors in the area had been in, different wars. We have Ben Franklin celebrating his 50th birthday in the area. Obviously, we have the Nod and Hutton Massacre. This is the original one. There was one in Ohio as well. So we had two buildings moved here from Buffalo, New York, with the Pan American Exposition. One was in Lehighton, one was put in Mock Chunk. The one in Lehighton obviously burned, but then we have the one in Mock Chunk, which is Flagstaff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history, there's a lot of patriotic history, and I'm gonna try to find some more patriotic history because Abe Lincoln had to find a substitute for him in the Civil War, and he found a young man from Stroudsburg.
Hmm.
So,
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of history around here that people go, really? I didn't know that. They will.
Wow.
So,
That's so cool.
Yeah, we've done a couple middle school history walks,
mhm.
and it's just amazing. The kids really appreciate learning about their
Right.
town.
Yeah.
And the other thing we're working on is actually a book or booklet that's going to be a part of like a 3-part series that highlights the founding of Ned Hutton and some of the history on that. So the first one is almost finished. It's like about 25 pages, and it has some illustrations in there from Ruth Bush, who's a local artist
Right.
here. And so she did a lot of illustrations, really great illustrations in there. So that should come out shortly. We're hopefully in the summertime or late spring with that.
And we also have a self-guided walking tour app. It's called the Story app, which you can find on the website, and you can go on the actual map and it'll show you where different locations are and tell you about them. And Liv does the audio as well. I think, yes,
Yeah.
it'll talk to you, so you don't even have to read it.
And it's a free app, STQRY, and it's not only just here for here in Lehighton. You can actually use that app anywhere
Okay.
and pull it up, and it'll show you things that might be on there in the location you are. Like Lisa said, we have our walking tour, which has the Nanhut Massacre, Franz Klein House, and a couple other things on there for people that don't really know what history is in the area. That they can pull that up, or even people that live here,
Yeah.
that don't know the history of the
Right.
area, that they can pull that up and get some good stuff.
People are surprised that we actually have history in this area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can
They
believe
think
that.
it's all around us, but we have it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so neat.
All right, thank you guys for coming on. We'll share all this info on our site as well, on our social media pages. We'll be sure to check out the history fair. Becky will bring some of her stuff from her house.
I don't have anything. I don't think that's considered historic. I could bring my grandma. She might be historic.
I don't think they accept grandma.
No, I don't think they'd want her either.
It's just when it gets scary, because there's stuff that we remember from when we were little that is now historic.
Yeah.
But those people are invaluable, because we see that with Mr. Ripke when we're going through the stuff, and we're like, what is this? And he'll, that's
Knows right away.
down on Second Street, that business that was there, so it's,
Absolutely.
we're
There's
we're
history all
losing,
around.
losing that part of
Right.
want to say audio history, if you will, that can tell the
Yep,
stories.
oral history is
Right.
marvelous. I love to listen to old people talk.
Yeah.
And
now we are
now that I'm old, now I can talk.
All right, we're gonna go to a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Look, who doesn't want to be pampered? Think about it. Get yourself a nice warm bath, using only quality shampoos, then a blow dry. They'll even do your nails. And make sure you're feeling great from head to tail. It's Country Clippers in Palmerton. For 22 years, Stacy and Jennifer have been pampering your pets. So if you're looking for a local pet grooming service and an experienced staff, it's Country Clippers. Get your pets groomed and give them the care they deserve. Country Clippers in Palmerton. Find them online. She's been involved in real estate since 2007. Here's what just some of her clients are saying. She stands out from the others, extremely knowledgeable of the people, townships, and properties in the area. You want her on your team. It's Kristen Obert, owner and broker of Iron Valley Real Estate Northeast in Palmerton. Kristen and her team with Iron Valley Real Estate will help you navigate the home buying or selling process. Let's face it, it can be stressful, but Iron Valley Real Estate Northeast is with you every step of the way, helping you make the best educated decision. Covering the greater Lehigh Valley, Carbon, Monroe, and Schuylkill County areas, it's Iron Valley Real Estate Northeast in Palmerton. Check out their listings at ironvalleyrealestatenortheast.com.
All right, so how many players do you need to have a team?
So for the tournament, we run it, it's a 3v3 tournament, and teams can have 3 to 5 players so that they can sub.
Okay.
Because they play to 15 points or 20 minutes, whichever comes first.
Okay.
And for some of the maybe older players, they might want to sub, and they do.
And they probably need 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
But the good thing is we have two divisions, right? We have a casual division, which is where a lot of the older or younger teams play, or people who don't normally play basketball. They're just there for fun. But there's still a championship. They still get medals. And then we have a competitive division, which is pretty competitive. Damian was competitive. He loved basketball. And so the great thing about the competitive division is there's also medals. We have a championship game. This is actually our 5th anniversary of the tournament, which is hard for us to believe, but we're working on some special prizes as well to commemorate the 5-year anniversary. And it gets pretty competitive. But the best part about it is all of the people who compete, from what I know, it's really good sportsmanship as well, because they kind of know why they're there,
Right.
to remember Damian.
Right.
So,
And if
But-
you want to give us a background of what's the tournament about?
sure, absolutely. So Damian Mele is our youngest son, my husband Angelo and my youngest son, and he's really the reason for the tournament. He was killed in a car crash on September 15th of 2019. And he graduated from Lehighton High School in 2017. He played many sports, basketball, baseball, track, but basketball was his first love. And when he passed away, we just wanted to do something to help to keep his memory alive. I mean, that's really why I'm still on this earth anymore, is to continue to embrace my family, but also to make sure that we remember Damian. And so we established a donor advised fund with the Lehigh Valley Community Foundation. which is a foundation down in the Lehigh Valley, that we got enough money that it eventually turned into a scholarship fund. And so all the proceeds, this is our only fundraiser, and all of the proceeds go to that Damian Mele Memorial Scholarship Fund. And we give a scholarship, this is actually gonna be our 6th year giving the scholarship, to a graduating senior from Lehighton High School that meets certain criteria, that has similar traits to Damian, that played sports. And it's a perpetual scholarship. And so that means that it used to be $1,000, but last year we raised it to $1,500 a year. So if they go to a 4-year college, they could get $6,000 towards their college education. They could go to a 2-year, likewise. You know, we're not excluding anyone that wants to go to a trade school or, Damian spent 1 year at Bloom, and then it just wasn't for him. And so at the time when he was in the crash, he was looking into doing real estate. He was just a natural entrepreneur, I would say. And so that's part of the things that we look for in the student that we award this to. So that's how the tournament was born. And so grateful to Lehighton High School. We do it at the old gym in the high school, because that's where he played. And it would be important, you know, it's real important. And it's really just, you know, blossomed. I don't know, do you remember the first year? It was, you know, it's really come along.
It has really taken a life of its own.
It has.
People look forward to it, they talk about it, they get excited, and the teams really seem to fill up really fast, too.
It's funny because I don't know whether it's the nature of how signups go, but like right now it's slow. You know, last year we had 35 teams, and this year we have 20 so far. We have 8 in the casual division right now, which is more than we've ever had, I think, in the casual division, which is fantastic. And then we have 12 in the competitive, but deadline is March 1st. Technically, we tend to extend that deadline another week till March 8th. But our website is DCXM Tournament, because Damian's name was Damian Cole Xavier Mele, so DCXM Tournament. If you Google Damian Mele Tournament, it will come up.
Okay.
But so teams can register on the website, you know, to do that. It's become very much of a community event, which is so important to us. You know, we're seeing the same people come, but also bringing new people who didn't know Damian, and that just warms my heart, you know. And then some of the players are there with their kids, and you know, I just envision it continuing to grow, and those kids continuing to, you know, when they get of age, be able to participate more fully as well. So it's also kind of become a reunion for Damian's friends. Diane's daughter went to school with Damian, was very close with Damian, and it's like now that they're 27, you know, they all try to come back at least for that day and commemorate Damian. And you could tell, it's like they haven't seen each other for a while. So they're so happy to be getting together and to be, you know, just remembering him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you play basketball?
No, I don't. You're gonna hate me for this. I don't even like watching basketball. It is. I don't know why. I just never got into it. It was never the sport I enjoyed. I don't know.
We have a lot of folks that come in.
It's terrible, but it's true.
There's other things to do, right? Like the basket raffle.
Like the basket raffle.
Yeah.
We've probably averaged over 100 baskets
Oh, wow.
each year. We're a little low this year so far, but I'm never worried because it always seems to come together.
Right.
And people just, you know, come out of the woodwork to say, oh, I have a basket for you. And, you know, and of course I always say, well, I can come and pick them up if you can't. I pick up baskets that people have made. And we have fine-tuned it that. Last year we had little challenges because there was something else at the high school the next day, and we were like, ooh, or the night before. So, you know, we had to juggle around a little bit, but everybody really pitches in, and we're trying to fine tune everything, make sure that we can hand out the gift certificates, you know, keep track of all of those, and we've come up with different solutions to make it easier to pass those out. And we have a pretty good system. Writing down the numbers and keeping track of everything, but the basket raffle is a huge part, I think, of the tournament itself, and it draws in a lot of people that, you know, might not be into basketball.
I was gonna say, I would
March
visit
21st.
it, exactly.
I don't think we said the date yet, March 21st. The 21 is impactful though. Damian's number was 21. And so we charge each player $21.21 to participate. And they get guaranteed 2 games, a commemorative t-shirt and a drink voucher for that. We see 21 everywhere, my husband and I. It's just like a reminder of him, you know. So when we saw that we could have it on the 21st and our DJ was available on the 21st, because, you know, most DJs do weddings in March.
Right.
We have a DJ that comes out from Pittsburgh every year to do our, I mean, he's like a professional DJ.
Wow.
He was available on the 21st, so we said, let's book it. You know, I got the paperwork into the school right away.
Right.
So that's, you know, impactful that it's on the 21st, I think. But in addition to the regular baskets, which is huge, I mean, we have really nice baskets, let me just say. But we also have seen an increase in what we call premium prizes. So the tickets are a little bit more expensive for those, and we have less of those. So while we might have 100 baskets and gift cards, we usually have around 20 premium prizes.
Okay.
But to donate a basket, you can do that through the website. Again, still accepting those donations, which we very much appreciate. And then the premium prizes, just to kind of go through, can I go through some of the things that we'll have?
Absolutely.
So what we have confirmed is we have a 65-inch HGTV. We have a solo stove and accessories, you know, prizes like that. We have a Martin guitar that we give raffle off as well. We have a Switch, we have a luggage set, an Airbnb gift card, we're calling that a travel package. We usually get, and I think this year we have at least 10 different Philadelphia sports team prizes. So autographed jerseys. We have club seats for the Eagles game. We have Flyers tickets. We have signed Trey Turner bat. We have an autographed Mike Schmidt baseball.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of Philadelphia memorabilia
Right.
that I know people in this area go crazy for. I'm from Pittsburgh, so I'm not going to bid on any of those. But we also have some Steeler things, though. We have a signed Steeler football this year, which I'm excited about. And I think a Pirates, something for the Pirates as well. So those, while those tickets do cost a little bit more, people go crazy over those too.
Oh, great.
Because, you know, like somebody won a Martin guitar last year. You know, you walk away from a tournament and a basket raffle with a new guitar or a,
My
you know.
son won it the one year, and totally ecstatic. Yeah, the grandmother won it for him.
Yeah, nice.
It was
If
exciting.
you can keep it a secret, right, and give it as a gift.
And I think they also won last year. I think they won an Apple Watch.
Yeah, we had one of those last year as well.
And I said something to my daughter, and she was like at Radical, and so was he. And my girlfriend said, "Oh, I was gonna give it to him for his birthday."
Oh, wow.
You know, so kind of got, you know.
I'm sure he still appreciated
He
it.
did,
Yeah,
he did,
so,
but it was funny.
Yeah.
But it was no longer a secret.
And then a lot of people come, you know, people are there for the day, right? 'Cause
Right.
we start at 8, we start games at 8, we start the raffle at 9, the general basket raffle goes off at 2, and then we do 3 o'clock and then 3:30 for the premium prizes. We also have a 50-50. You can't do anything in this area without having a 50-50.
Right.
Because cold hard cash speaks to people, which I understand. And then we also have a special NBA package, which is Damian's favorite basketball team was the New York Knicks. He loved Carmelo Anthony. And so we get 2 tickets to a Knicks game and a hotel room in New York City that we raffle off as one of the, again, big prizes. So we'll pick that later in the afternoon too, I think around 3:30. So that's usually a big draw, especially because it includes a hotel room, like on
Right.
either a Friday or a Saturday night. I was just in New York this weekend, and I can tell you my daughter was a gift. Paid a lot more than that for a lot for a hotel room there.
Right.
So that's a big draw as well. And I think a lot of people, because they're there all day, they really enjoy the homemade food. We usually have a lot of homemade food for the area, you know, the traditional stuff
Right.
that people kind of go crazy on. Now, I will say, we are pretty behind in signups for that. So if anybody is listening and has their special halushki or their special mac and cheese, we would love and appreciate any food donations, baked goods as well. You know, the bake sale is usually pretty big. So again, you can sign up for that on the website. It's amazing to me to see that people give people are just so selfless, you know, and I think that they understand though that it goes to help somebody, you know, a kid in the community to further their education. So
Right.
if anybody has food specialties out there, it's yeah, much appreciated.
Nice. So you going for the food, Becky? Or?
Probably,
Yeah.
the basket raffle.
All right. Today we are talking about some weird history events that happen across the world. We talked about some of the first half hour with the Great Boston Straw Hat Riot, the Kentucky Meat Shower, and now I'm going to tell you the Champagne Quality Inspectors wore a mask in 1950s to inspect the bottles in case the corks do explode. They had to wear a special mask around their face so they didn't have serious injuries. So that was a job for quality inspection on champagne bottles. And then the day that Sweden switched driving sides in 1967, Sweden undertook the massive logistic challenge of switching from left-hand to right-hand driving overnight on September 3rd, 1967, dubbed as the Dagen H-Day. And precisely at 4:50 a.m., all traffic stopped and moved on the opposite side of the road. And they said that there was over 1,000 accidents while that happened. And that despite that, they said with the chaos and the accidents, it went to a smoothly transition.
Yeah, I went through one of those
So
accidents.
did they change the steering wheel the same day?
No, I didn't move the steering wheel, they just changed lanes to say, yeah. And that's all we have for that. So those are the rest of the strange history facts. So.
Yeah, I would not be good at driving on the opposite side of the road.
No.
I'm not even fairly good driving on the right side. You know? I don't think it's me all the time. I think it's other people, but.
You have anything else that's gonna happen?
I just want to highlight another reason that we can do this as well, is because of our sponsors. So if I could get a shout out to some of our sponsors. Because this is our 5th year anniversary, this is the first year we've had a t-shirt sponsor. So we hooked up with a company called Hoop Culture. And Hoop Culture is a company that sells basketball merchandise, but they also run the country's largest youth tournament down in where the Washington Wizards play down in DC. So they're sponsoring our t-shirts. And then our gold sponsors are Chris Mid Photography. He'll be there all day taking pictures of the event, taking team pictures. Carbon Oral Surgery Associates is also a gold sponsor. Evan Weenan Design, who designs our logos. So he's a graphic designer, also my nephew. Next Step Financial Solutions, as well as Rappa Law Office. And then our DJ we mentioned, DJ Ricky Matthews, who's out in Pittsburgh, and Richard R. Smith Photography, who does all our banners.
Nice.
So a huge shout out to the gold sponsors. I'll slip in the silver and bronze too, because they're important as well. Country Inn and Suites donates a room for Ricky to stay because he's coming from out of town. And then ETA Insurance over in Nesquehoning covers the liability insurance for the day. The bronze sponsors, we have Lehighton Indians Booster Club, Majestic Fire Apparatus, and we also actually have the Ready Fightin' Phils as a bronze sponsor.
Oh,
so huge shout out to them. Again, we couldn't do it without their generosity. Really means a lot.
Nice. So where do you see this event going in the future? Do you want to keep growing it, or are you just fine where it's at?
Yeah. We've talked about this because, like I said, we usually don't have enough teams, and then at the end, teams are asking to come in and we have to have a cutoff. So we've talked about, do we expand to 2 days? Do we expand to 2 venues, maybe middle school, high school? So those are things that we've talked about. It's growing, and so I think we do have to plan for the future.
Right.
You know, for right now, I think it's manageable, it's controllable, it's at the high school. Again, I I cherish all of the volunteers. That's the other thing, that if folks can come and volunteer for the day to work a 2-hour shift selling food or selling tickets, we're still looking for some volunteers. Part of me is like, do I really want to ask them to do that a second day? You know,
Right.
so, but it's something that us as a family we've talked about. So
Right.
yeah, we're planning. You know, we're hoping to make this 5th year bigger and better, and then we'll go from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very good.
Yeah. All right, we have some news to share with you. Don't forget to download the free Colossal Radio app and listen to all your favorite music. We have Doc from 9 a.m. till noon every Monday through Friday, and our favorite Uncle Kevin from 1 to 4 p.m. And then every Tuesday night, Oldies with Ike, Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And tomorrow night, he is spotlighting George Harrison and Fats Domino as his spotlight for the show. And of course, don't forget, our show is every second and fourth Monday of every month. And we have started reaching out to teenagers to be a part of our show. And last Sunday, I met with Girl Scout Troop 3991 of Palmerton, and I talked to them about podcasting for their one badge. And Becky were in for it because they're coming on the show on March 23rd, and they are going to be making their homemade dips and having us taste test some dips.
Ooh.
So we have that to look forward to as well. And our next episode will be on March 9th, and we are talking bingo, everything you need to know about bingo, all the history and weird facts about bingo, and there's lots of weird things about bingo that we're going to be talking about. We have the first half hour, Lehighton Pool Pals is on to talk about their bingo event, and in the second half hour, we have the members of the Carbon County Fair coming on and talk about their bingo event. And they're going to give us a sneak peek at this year's Carbon County Fair events as well. So you hear all that information with us. And is there anything you want to tell us one more time how we can sign up for teams?
Sure. March 21st at Lehighton High School, www.dcxmtournament.com, or just Google Damian Mele Tournament, and you'll find us.
Nice. And we'll share all that event on our social media
Thank you.
pages as well.
Thank you for having us.
Sure, absolutely. We wish you the best of luck and hopefully it continues to grow. And if we want to donate baskets, how can we do that?
You can sign up on the website as well, or you can contact me. I'm at the school at the elementary center, and I can pick them up, or you can drop them off there.
All right.
I have like 3 in my office already. So it's, we can
We'll find a way, yeah.
Yeah, we do whatever. But I'm more than willing
Thank
to
you. That'd be
pick
great.
things up also.
Nice,
So,
cool.
and wrap them too.
All right.
if need be. So it's all good.
In our last show, we had the Lehighton Pool Pals on talking about their cardboard boat regatta workshop. Becky, you want to remind everybody when that is?
Yeah, so that's actually February 28th. It's from 10 to 4. It's $25, but that also includes your cardboard, your duct tape, and your entry into the race. So that's going to be held, like I said, 10 to 4 at Lehighton Outdoor Center. There will be somebody there to help you and guide you through building the boat. And we're also actually going to record it, so it'll be on our social media that you can reference back to. If you just want to grab your cardboard and take it home, you know, you don't know how to, if you don't have the time that day to build it, there'll be, like I said, a workshop that we're going to video record for you to reference back later if you want to do it at home. Registration, you can still register 610-554-6635. This is actually one of the ways to celebrate that Lehighton is celebrating America turning 250 years old. So this is what the Pool Pals is doing for turning 250 years old. It is historical themed. So there are going to be prizes awarded for not only whoever wins the actual race, but best in show. So that's to be said too.
Cool.
It's exciting.
All right, that's going to do it for tonight's show, and we'll see you all next time.